I don't know where we got the idea from that says that men are moved by what they see and women are moved by what they hear. But I want to show you today how it could actually appear to be the opposite, that men are also moved by what they hear. I will be right back. My name is Earl and I'm alright. Thank you so much for coming back and thank you so much for staying till now. I hope you have subscribed, you have hit the notification bell, and you have liked this video so that you don't get to miss the amazing things that we'll share from here. Today I've come along with my Bible because there are many things I want to read out to share with you to show that the belief that we have that men are moved by what they see and women are moved by what they hear may not be so accurate. So you're wrong right now if you as a woman you're trying to do everything to make him see you, or you as a man you're trying to just say many things to please her. Yes, we have seen people taking and using this particular statement wrongly. How do they get to use this? So we see many men who get to tell a lot of lies to women because they believe women want to hear sweet things, and because they don't have many of those things to share, they begin to tell lies. So they start telling her lies, they start telling her sweet nonsense just to get her. Well, people fall for it. Women fall for it. Not women, people generally. If you tell men nice nothingness, they will also fall for it. And that's what fraudsters use. That's the advantage fraudsters use against many people. They tell you lies here and there. They make you believe one thing or the other, and you fall. Men fall for scammers, women fall for scammers. So it is not a gender thing. It is not a sex thing, right? This is what I actually want you to get. And of course, when it comes to men are moved by what they see, let me start from there. Do you know any woman who, when listing the things that she wants in a man, usually will most likely start with what you can see? Many times, especially for those who are in Nigeria, you hear things like, I want somebody who is tall, dark, and handsome. Who is tall, dark, handsome, and rich? So, a guy that is tall, do you hear him? Do you hear the height or you see the height? A guy that is dark complexion, do you hear the height or you see the height? All right. A guy that is slim, do you hear the body size or you see it? Right. A guy that is rich, do you hear the money or you see the money at work? So if women say, I want a guy that looks like this, I want a guy that has this, I want a guy that does this kind of thing, I want a guy who do this and that, they're actually talking about things that you can see. So where do we get it that it is they are moved by only what they hear? No, you have to show them, you have to make them see, right? Because seeing is believing. Yes, blessed are those who believe without seeing, but yet it's more blessed to see and believe. That's what I'm talking about today, and these are the amazing things that I want to share with you today to show that many times we get it wrong when we just assume that, okay, a man is only moved by what she hears. What a man hears is important, but there are many other things that come into play. There are many other things that count, and today I want to share with you from the book of Proverbs how a man is also moved by what is here. And if you're a woman right now, you have just been focusing on what he sees and you have not been adding words, you have not been saying things to join what he hears, that you are wrong. Give me a minute and I'll be back. But before I come back, please remember to subscribe. So let me start from Proverbs chapter 5 and verse 3. I'm reading the New Living Translation. It says, for the lips of an immoral woman is as sweet as honey. The lips of an immoral woman is as sweet as honey. What makes it sweet? Maybe because it's a stock in trade. Maybe it's part of her trade secret. She knows that men are moved by what they hear. She pays deliberate attention to find the right words, to find the right diction, to find the right sentences. You know the way we say pick up lines, like right women, you want to use pickup lines on women. Perhaps these pickup lines also work on men. So what does she do? She finds the nice words, she finds the nice pickup lines, she finds the best of vocabulary to talk to this person. Remember that she is a businesswoman, right? We call her a prostitute, we call her a commercial sex worker, and she has a goal. She has a goal to win a client. She has a goal to win a customer. She has a goal to win patronage. So she's like this advertiser. She's like this marketer. And so what is it? It says the lips of such a woman, they are as sweet as honey, right? And her mouth is sweeter than oil. Guess what? Any person who meets such a woman will actually trip for her. Like, yeah, that got to me. Interestingly, over time, I remember I have met particularly two of such women in my life who just decided to orally and verbally flirt with me. And man, I was in for it. Trust me, I was 70% gone all of the time they used it on me. And it was so cool. And that was when I started questioning who said men are not moved by what they hear. Now listen to what Proverbs chapter 6 verse 24 says, talking about wisdom. It says that it will keep you from the smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman. This smooth tongue, like, I mean, her tongue is smooth. It says, don't let her quiet glances seduce you, right? The way she looks, right? The way she looks at you. But then my focus is the fact that her smooth tongue. In fact, Proverbs chapter 7 verse 21 says, she seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattery, not with her looks, not with her big boobs or her big bum bum, not with her bleached skin or her bone straight hair or her human hair. No, not with that. How did she get this man? See, if you follow the scripture, if you follow Proverbs and you keep on following, in fact, Proverbs chapter 2 verse 16, this is like the fourth scripture I'm reading there about. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 16 says, wisdom will save you from the immoral woman, from the seductive words of the promiscuous woman, from the seductive words. Now, Proverbs chapter 4 verse 24 now says, avoid all perverse talk, stay away from corrupt speech, right? Now, the reason why I'm bringing that in is because it is focused on speech. The speech you hear, the things you hear go a long way to move you. And women can get any man they want if they show him and they speak to him. Because today I'm talking directly to women, and this is so particular to you women. And this is actually what I'm trying to say. Don't just focus only on how you look and how you dress. Yes, how you look, how you dress is amazing. I usually say something that let your dress be long enough to cover the rest, short enough to preserve the interest, right? And modest enough to preserve the dignity of womanhood and the morality of the community, right? So while you're looking that good and you're looking that amazing and you're looking hot and you're looking sexy, right? There's nothing wrong in looking and appealing and beautiful, but please ensure that you're looking attractive as a woman, beautiful as a woman, and not sexy as a sex object or not sexy as a commercial sex worker when you're not a commercial sex worker, right? While you do all of this, it is important, very important for you to add words. So don't just, if your profile picture is so cute, I want to also see your profile information. What do you say? Like, what is your description like, right? If your WhatsApp status picture is so pretty, I also want to see what is the profile description like. You should be able to say sweet, nice things. And this is one of the lessons that I want you to learn from the promiscuous woman, that she was not only good with how she looked, she was also good with how she looked at men, right? Because many people, researchers have come to discover that the first sexy part of any person's body, the first attraction in a person is their eyes, right? So she gives the and she gives the seductive, the attractive glances. And right now I want to ask you, how much of glance do you hold? How much of Do you hold people's image strong? Do you hold people very strong? Do you look at people in the eye? Do you know how to flirt with your eyes, right? Because in the real sense, some of these things are cool, right? Some of these things are not so off. I'm not saying that you should go out there and start flirting with everybody. You should go out there and start flirting with everyone. But we know the power of attraction. One of the amazing power of attraction everybody has is the power and the ability to flirt with their eyes, to do that bit with their eyes. So you may want to learn how to hold a gaze with people and how to do this very sweet and beautiful, attractive thing of looking at somebody, and when you have hold the person's glance, you just remove your eyes, like nothing disgust, but you remove your eyes maybe with a smile, or you just remove your eyes to show some kind of shyness. All right, it gets to give that person it is a very attractive, and that person will definitely want to come back and look at the eye. And it's cool if that person comes back and catches you looking at them again. Those are some of the beautiful things married people like us we get to mix, right? Because I know once somebody is doing that with me, whether the person is doing it deliberately or the person is doing it subconsciously, I don't know. No, I don't want to lead this person on. I'm already taken. I already have a beautiful wife. I already have a family. I don't think I need extra. So I don't give in. But then being single, it was one of those cool things. Like you catch somebody looking at you, and you look at the person again, then immediately the two of you take your eyes away. Then you come back softly and gently, right? So in doing your looks, in doing your fine makeup and the rest, you must be able to communicate well as a woman, as a lady right now who wants to attract a possible spouse. You should be able to have good pickup lines to start conversations. You should be able to have good grammar, good diction, right? And also good body movement to match what you are saying. Once again, I'm going to read all the scriptures that I read to you earlier on from the book of Proverbs to show that looks matter, right? Because men are moved by many things, and looks is just one of them. It's not the main thing. It's not the major thing. Looks is one of them. What you say, how you say it is another way, right? Remember that we are learning lessons from the prostitute, from the commercial sex worker, how she gets her clients, how she gets her customers, and how you can use this. So now, today I'm saying that it's not only about your looks, but it's also about how you talk. So how you talk today, what you say, and how you choose to say it. Let me show you again from scripture how it works for the prostitute. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 3 says, "For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey," right? As sweet as honey. Everybody likes sweet things, unless for medical purposes and for health reasons, you're staying away from it. So it says, the lips of an immoral woman are sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. There it was not just talking only about the makeup or the sweetness that she used, but was also talking about the speech, about what she says, about how she says it. So let's go again to Proverbs chapter 6 verse 24. It says, I'm talking about wisdom this time. It says, "It will keep you from the immoral woman and from the smooth tongue of a promiscuous woman." So the thing about it, verse 25 is amazing. It says, "Don't lust for her beauty," so which means what you see, right? It says, "Don't let her coy glances seduce you." What she does with her eyes, right? So you should be very concerned about this. So let me show you one amazing scripture also from Proverbs chapter 7. Proverbs chapter 7. I'm going to start reading from verse 4. "Love wisdom like a sister. Make insight a beloved member of your family. Let them protect you from an affair with an immoral woman." Now it says, look at verse 5, Proverbs chapter 7 verse 5. It is very instructive. It says, "Let them protect you from an affair with an immoral woman, from listening to the flattering of a promiscuous woman, from listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman. The truth about it right now is that guy that you're crushing on, or that guy that is crushing on you, if the guy listens to you, as I would say on Twitter, it's like I'm going the violence way. I'm going the violence way, the violence way, right? It says, verse 5 of Proverbs chapter 7 says that let it keep you from listening to the flattery of a promiscuous woman. If I listen to you right now, if that guy listens to you, would he be seduced? Right? Would he be seduced? I'll come back to that question. Verse 6 says, I'm reading from verse 6 and I say, While I was at the window of my house looking through the curtain, I saw some naive young man, and one in particular who lacked common sense. He was crossing the street near the house of an immoral woman, strolling down the path by her house. It was at twilight in the evening as deep darkness fell. The woman approached him, seductively dressed and sly of heart. She was the brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She is often in the streets and markets, soliciting at every corner. She's often in the streets and every market, soliciting at every corner. Can you solicit without talking, right? I have passed some neighborhoods where we have these commercial sex workers who stand by the streets. And if you notice something, they don't just stand. They still try to get your attention. They still try to use a pickup lines to get you attracted to them, to get you want to consider them, to get you want to do things with them, hire them rather, right? So let's go and see what he says. He says, okay, the woman approached him seductively dressed and sly of heart. She was a brash, rebellious type, never content to stay at home. She is often in the streets and markets, soliciting at every corner. Verse 13, she threw her arms around him and kissed him, and with a brazen look, can we see, she looks again, a look in her eyes, right? She said, I have just made my peace offerings and fulfilled my vows. You are the one I was looking for. I came out to find you, and here you are. Can you see? She's using words this time, words. She continues saying something. My bed is spread with beautiful blankets and with colored sheets of Egyptian linen. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Come, let us drink our fill of love until morning. Let's enjoy each other's caresses. Right? So she continues, verse 21. I'm jumping to verse 21. It says, so she seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattering. I'm not saying that you should be a prostitute right now, you should be a commercial sex worker. But I'm saying something, the question I asked before, the guy that is crushing on you, the guy that you're crushing on, if the guy hears you speak, would the guy want to have anything to do with you? This commercial sex worker is able to get this guy. She seduced him with her pretty speech and enticed him with her flattering. Is your speech pretty? Can your flattery entice somebody? Right? Now, this person may have used it negatively, but can you use it positively? If you are to use it positively, can you use it positively? I know many times, excuse me, I know many times we come up and we'll start saying things like, no, you're not supposed to dress like a prostitute. Yes, I know you're not supposed to dress like a prostitute, but then if you're single, you should dress differently for somebody who is married. That's my idea. Today, we may not know the difference again, but growing up as a child in the village, by seeing a lady coming, we could just tell who was single or who was married. Even in scriptures, you could know a maiden, right? You could know a maiden. You could practically know somebody who is still a virgin, somebody who is not a virgin again, and somebody who has been married, right? So if you're single right now, are you dressing like married women? Like when people see you and they see you dress, do they assume and presume that, oh, maybe she's married and she's married with kids? It is important. It is important that you have the dressing, right, which is the looks. You have the glances. Your eyes should be able to do those glances, do those hold on those faces, hold on people's eyes and all of that. And not just that, your speech should be beautiful and attractive enough, flattering enough, intelligent enough, especially today that we are beginning to hear everybody says that they are sapiosexual and the rest. Your speech should be able to be able to hold these conversations and do these amazing things, right? Hold these conversations and let this person want to come back to chat with you. Yes, I've heard people complain a lot when they chat with some people, and what all they do in their chat is K, yes, okay, and what else again? They do things like K, they do things like okay, how are you? Fine. The conversation is just monosyllable. Yes, interestingly, most ladies have always blamed men, that men don't know how to initiate conversations, men don't know how to hold conversations. They get to always ask, have you eaten? Have you slept? This and that. And I've also seen men complain that women don't know how to also continue a conversation because they are always answering with monosyllables like okay, thank you, fine, yeah. And in fact, they use instead of typing in full, they just use abbreviation K and the rest, right? By proverbs that we have read today, from the wisest man who lived before Jesus, right? All his proverbs, and of course, I'm telling you about a man who had 1,000 women to his name. He's saying that if you're a woman right now, you should be able to know how to start a conversation, hold a conversation, and continue a conversation. The responsibility is on you. So stop placing it on the men and say, this man cannot, this man cannot. The commercial sex worker, the immoral woman, the prostitute, she does not think like that. She does not say it is on the men. She needs to get her clients. She needs to get patronage. And so she learns the skill and the art. And right now, I'm saying that same skill and art are lessons that you can learn from the promiscuous woman and use for your life, and it will better you. How do you do that? Right now, focus on how you look, how you dress. Remember, I said that let your dress be long enough to cover your sexuality, right? To cover your sex organs properly, and the rest, not necessarily your femininity. Though it should not cover your femininity. Your femininity should be obvious. Your femininity should be seen. That is attractive. That is what is going to some extent make people know that, oh, this is her shape, this is who she is, and the rest. It's not about so flaunt your femininity and not necessarily your sexism, sexuality as it were. So let your dress be long enough to cover the rest, short enough to preserve the interest, and modest enough to protect the dignity of your womanhood. Then after focusing on your dress, your eyes, how do you use your eyes? You should be able to hold glances, give cool glances, be able to smile when you hold the glance, and shy away sheepishly, right? Okay, some of those flirting skills that I don't want to teach you today. And of course, you should be able to initiate, hold, and continue a conversation. My name is Earl, and I'm all right. I don't want to take all of your time. Please ensure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this with your friends, and drop a comment. And if you contact us through any of the means showing on your screen, I'll be the person that will attend to you. You rock.